Hello, hello, hello. Facebook family. Say hello. If anybody's out there, post a one. I wonder if I'm supposed to say something after it says Elevate is live now. I probably should say it then, huh? Hello, Facebook family. We are live, episode 11. September 22nd. Oh, I see a heart coming already. Oh, my goodness. People are on it today. All right. We know who it is. Mother Brenda.
Who else would it be? We have 5 people who
Uh-oh. And she must be with her friends up there. And I should say our friends. Our friends. Karen and Ann, is both of them there? I'm just assuming. Oh, look at Tamika coming through. Faithful. Lago Vista. Tamika's, I bet she was in school. She was one of the ones at the head of her class because she got Lago Vista already. We have not asked for the city yet, but okay. Lago Vista. And we already know Stephanie was ahead of her class. P-Town. Aunt Stephanie. Aunt Stephanie's going to get on me later on for not saying Aunt first. I said Stephanie, and then I went back and said Aunt Stephanie. So, Mother Brenda at home tonight. Miss Karen, how you doing? Happy belated birthday. Hope things are going well. You guys don't even need to put your city. We know it's College Station. You guys have a better record than my Longhorns right now. But anyway, we're going to open it up with this time before. Aunt Stephanie said you better get it right. I already know. But good to see you, Ann. Good to see you. And what we do, a new tradition. I guess after you do something 3 or 4 times, it's considered tradition. So we open up with the jokes. The jokes. So this one, we're going to start off with this one. You know I like all these. So what do you use to catch a school of fish? What do you use to catch a school of fish? Shar?
A bus.
Shar said a bus. She don't care about these jokes. Bookworms. Bookworms. You use bookworms to catch a school of fish. Why did the zombie student take Latin classes? Why did the zombie student take Latin classes? I got some ha-has. See? Why did the zombie student... Uh-oh. Aunt Stephanie said bad connection. She said bad... So, why did the zombie student take Latin classes? Because Latin is a dead language. Oh, we got Josh. What's up, Josh? We were just talking about Argentina too. We were just talking about Argentina. We're gonna make it happen, man. I'm telling you what, even we got to stand on the corner and show a little leg, we're gonna go out there and get some money together because we're actually over budget. And my wife don't care about the budget. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, America. She don't care about the budget. She's like, let's just go. Let's go. We'll make it happen. Let's go. But I'm like, man, shoot. Anyway, we're gonna be out there. We're looking like March. But we're right in the middle of jokes. Got sidetracked. What does it take to pass a course on intestines? What does it take to pass a course on intestines? It takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts. I like that one. And my favorite one. What do you get if you cross a barber with a sheep? What do you get if you cross a barber with a sheep? A bad haircut. So I know America's loving these. I know you guys are loving these jokes. But that was I couldn't wait to do that. I had to say that to the end. A bad haircut. So anyway, those are the jokes. And there will be, I know it was popular demand. Like I always say, the phones are ringing off the hook. They're asking us to make sure we keep this tradition rolling. I got an ad said, keep my day job. That's what my wife says. So anyway, this is when we get into our, remember the jokes will lighten the mood. We know everybody's been working and some people just had a long day and we just try to change it up a little bit. Plus, I think they're really funny. But anyway, I actually, that's one of my favorite parts of the Facebook Lives is the jokes. So anyway, I want to thank you for joining us today. It's 7:03. Most of you know me. For those that you don't know me, I'm Curtis Carr. I've been in leadership for over 30 years, 15 years in a training capacity where I train leaders. My wife, who is a partner with me in this leadership company, consulting agency, if you will, has been a business analyst and a project manager for over 10 years. She's also runs her own business, and she's been doing that for over 8 years. I'm the founder of E.L.E.V.A.T.E, Equipping Leaders of Tomorrow. The acronym Expectations is the E, L, Leadership, E, Ethics, V, Attitude. I'm sorry, did I say V, Attitude? V, Vision, A, Attitude, T, Temperaments, and E, Effectiveness. So E.L.E.V.A.T.E is an acronym, and basically we do that in a group session, and we teach it to usually groups of like 6 to 18 people. So our leadership team is comprised of my wife and I wanted to shout out today, and I just learned this today, and I feel ashamed after I started doing a little research about this. But today is American Businesswoman's Day. So shout out to all y'all that are in the business world working, all the women. Hey, Miss Barbara, good to see you. Good to see you. You just missed the jokes. Very unfortunate. I'm gonna have to make sure I call you and just tell you the jokes. So anyway,
she's gonna come visit us if we go pick her up.
What's that?
And Barbara said she'll come visit if we go pick her up.
Okay, we can do that. So today is American Businesswoman's Day. It was founded in 1942, and I'm just now finding out about it. So I guess I am missing the boat a little bit, missing the boat a lot. So American Business Day, American Businesswoman's Day. And I just, we would go on forever if we try to highlight every successful businesswoman out there. All you guys are out there making it happen. We have a lot of women on the call. So we got a lot of women working in business roles on the call. So really appreciate it. Take your day, celebrate your day. Go have a banana split or something. I don't know. Celebrate. But I wanted to highlight, I'm just going to highlight some of the people just because I was, after I start looking at it, I start saying, man, let me just look at some of the people in the business world out there that are women that are doing it. And I just wanted to highlight a few. In finance world, we got a lady named Abigail. And all these, I'm just going to preface this by saying all these people are billionaires. They're all billionaires. Finance world, Abigail Johnson. She's the president and CEO of Fidelity Investments. I had no idea the president and CEO of Fidelity was a lady. Sheryl Sandberg. She's the COO, and I knew this one, but she's the COO of Facebook, billionaire, social media category. Banking and technology, Safra Katz. She's the CEO of Oracle. Guys, these are major players. I mean, this is very impressive. Everybody knows this one, Oprah Winfrey, television. That's all that needs to be said about Oprah. I love this one because I think she's the probably one of the youngest, not the youngest, but one of the youngest of the group. Her name is Whitney Wolfe Herd. She is the founder and CEO of Bumble, a dating site, billionaire. Bumble, I don't know if you guys heard of it, Bumble. Science category, Anne Wachowski. She's the CEO of 23andMe, which is a DNA testing company. So, like I said, all these are billionaires, and we could have kept on going. I mean, I could have kept. I mean, this is not like this is a exhaustive list of all the billionaires. This is just the ones I'm highlighting, just because they're in different categories. And then beauty products is which probably the newest one, and billionaire on the list, and goes by the name of Robin Fenty, but we know her as Rihanna. So wanted to highlight her, being a businesswoman. The funny thing about her, I think she's worth like 1.8 billion, and 1.4 came from her business that's in beauty products. So what we know her for is not where her money's coming from. Her money's coming from the Fenty business. So we wanted to congratulate you guys. The women are taking over. I guess that's why we see these movies and these television shows where these 5'5" women are throwing around guys that are like my size, 230, 6'2". So anyway, that's my little deal. Good to see you, Daryl Shaw. Good to see you, Daryl. Every time you show up on this thing, it's hard for me to stay focused. There's just too many good memories. So Daryl Shaw, great to see you on there. Ann said, yay, ladies. You guys are doing it. Plus, you guys give birth to the men. So it's like you win on both sides, right? And then if you're like my wife, 2 sons. She wants a granddaughter so bad. In time. She don't want it now. Let me, just in case somebody's watching, the boys watching this video, not now. We don't want, no, not now. 30 years from now, I'm sure medical science will advance and you can have that baby at 50. All right. So anyway, wanted to make sure that we give the women their props. Wanted to make sure that we talk about how we come on Wednesdays at 7. We're a consulting agent, and who are we here for? We're here for the individual, for personal development. We have private coaching and platinum coaching. We also, the private coaching is 30-day. Basically, we plan out 30 days with you. You take a series of assessments. The platinum coaching is over a 90-day period. We're actually with you over a 90-day period. We meet weekly. It's more aggressive. It's also for those that have extreme jobs. 2 is really what the area we're going to focus on. But I'm going to come back to it. It's the new and existing. New leaders or existing leaders looking to get the tools they need to earn more money and to be more of an impact player. Definitely for the business owner looking to increase sales and market share, the biggest challenge in any business owner will face will be becoming owner independent. We work with them. And for leaders or employers looking for someone to come in and deeply impact your team by doing some fun, interactive, but effective training sessions. So those are the 4 groups of people. We call that group coaching. And that's really the Elevate session where we go through. It's usually like a 9-hour session. A lot of times we break it up in like once a week we'll come in and do a letter. And a letter is usually about an hour and a half. So those are the 4 groups. How do we do it? We start off by getting to know you, questionnaire and assessments. And we learn a lot through those questionnaires and assessments about you so that we can effectively work with you. So did I miss a comment? No, I didn't. We're all right. We're all right. So not 7:10. Wanted to make sure that I talked to you about how we do our meetings. My dad's on. That means my mom is on. Hi, Mom and Dad. Glad you guys are on. They know that you missed the jokes. I'm starting to think it's done purposely. It's a good thing I'm not too sensitive. I think you missed my jokes on purpose. But anyway, I wanted to say the way we conduct our Facebook Live is we depend on your comments. So we really want you guys to comment. If you hear something you like, just respond. And I try to read every comment. Last week we had I don't know what was going on. The comments weren't coming up. And I really felt lost. I felt alone. I really did. I felt alone. There was no comments coming up. So this week we got them going. So I'm happy about that. How do you sign up? Well, you sign up for the different things we offer by going to WeMustElevate.com. And you go straight there and it'll let you sign up. I'm sure my wife, being who she is, will send out a link to something that'll get you there also that you just have to tap. So that's how you get on. So today what we're discussing is the 5 stages of a new leader. And I know some of you guys are like, well, that's not really what my category, but there's a lot of interesting things here. So I'm hoping that, we can keep everybody's interest, but the 5 stages of a new leader. And basically because it's Women's Day, we're going to call her Jenny and kind of walk through this typical scenario that goes on in the world. So let's just start it off by saying, okay, typical scenario. Jenny gets hired, right? 5 stages of a new leader. Jenny gets hired. Jenny learns her job. Jenny does a great job. 6 months later, they go to Jenny and say, we want to promote you. Yeah, 6 months later. In some industries, that might be an exaggeration. In some industries, it's not. It's probably quicker. So they say, this lady's killing it. Let's get her promoted. As soon as that happens, she takes on the promotion and she enters the 5 stages of a new leader. So I'm sure you guys are wondering, what are the 5 stages? I'm glad you asked. The 5 stages. The first stage is the dream stage. So here you are, you got promoted, you done told your friends how quick you moved up, things are looking good, you're getting more pay, you probably get some more vacation. That's always good, right? Now, the dream stage happens. This is when you start thinking about, you're marked by extreme idealism. You have a lot of exhilaration and you're high energy and you're very optimistic because you're like, man, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to do this and all this stuff I've seen that I can change and I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to make an impact. That's stage 1, the dream stage. Then stage 2 rolls around. Stage 2 is called the discovery stage. Now, let me back up for 1 second before, because there's one thing I wanted to mention about that dream stage. Because we've talked about guiding fiction before, and that extreme idealism is kind of a sign of guiding fiction. You know, where you like, hey, I can go in there and I can change and all that kind of stuff. Well, guiding fiction just means that you're guided by things that are not necessarily true, but you're guided by those beliefs. And, you know, a lot of people don't think about it, but they already got a plan for you. They promoted you because they need you to do something, not because they want you to do what you want to do. So in essence, that's a little snippet of guiding fiction. And I just wanted to highlight that real quick. So then you get to discovery stage. This is when you start to understand. This is when, you know, the Boston came in and laid down all the expectations. Hey, this is what we want you to do. He put some timelines, or since this is a Businesswoman's Week, she put some timelines on Jenny and told Jenny, hey, this is what I need done, and this is what I need it done by. So then discovery stage is when you feel like, I got some weight on me. You know, there's some accountability on me. And you might start feeling overwhelmed. You might start asking yourself, hey, they're asking me to do some stuff that's impossible. That's how you might feel. But that's the discovery stage. Now, this third stage, which is the decision stage, is a very powerful stage. And this is really based on your relationships with people, how you think, what you want to become in life. This really determines which way you go. But the decision stage, you can go left or you can go right. So in the decision stage, you start to realize that maybe you don't have the skills necessary to be successful in this new position you got. Or you might feel like, oh, they didn't train me right. I don't know. But this is not exactly what I thought. That whole exhilaration and high energy you had in the dream stage has disappeared. It's no longer there. So at this point, at the decision stage, you got to decide which way you're going to go. Now, let's say you go left. We call that the dismissive stage, stage 4. If you go left, we call that the dismissive stage. And dismissive means that you dismiss the ownership that you should have by taking on this leadership position. You're like, they didn't train me right. I don't think I'm ready for this. You start coming up with all kind of excuses. You have that red mindset that we talked about in earlier sessions. RED being an acronym, meaning that you rationalize. Or what some people say, come up with excuses. And I love the definition of rationalize. The definition of rationalize is the action of attempting to explain or justify behavior or an attitude with logical reasons. So it sounds logical, but basically you're attempting to explain and justify. You're rationalizing why you feel the way you feel. And even if the reasons you have are not appropriate, that's what you're doing. So the red mentality, the R stands for rationalization. The E is the ego. So now, you're like, hey, you got ego, and it's hard to get past that if you're trying to coach somebody. They got the ego. And then the one that's really hard to get over is the D, which is the daily habits you have that don't really push you forward to the goal we're trying to reach. Because there's some habits that need to change, but you already got established habits. So those things need to be restructured. So I've got a question. How do you realize? Can you clarify that for me, Miss Brenda? How do you realize what stage you're on, or talk to me?
I'm rationalize.
Oh, rationalize. Okay. Oh, okay. She's. I see the typing now. It's hard when you start getting into it. Then it's like the comments disappear. So I got to make sure I stop and read the comments. But in that red mindset, it's dangerous, and I call it the red mindset because what do red things symbolize? A red stop sign means stop. A red light, stop. Red is it symbolizes that you're going to stop. You're not going to get to where you need to be because you're in you're not moving anymore. So it's very important that you get over that red mindset. So how do you realize? Really, when you start rationalizing, when you start making excuses, that's how you know you have that red mindset. And then the fifth stage, if you go left, is deterioration. So the areas that you're responsible for, they start declining in performance and production. Those areas. Oh, aunt, sister, good to see you. Good to see you. So that last stage, if you go left, is deterioration. That's when things start to fall apart under your watch. And I'm sure you feel the way you do about the reasons why. And most people, I'm going to tell you, most people don't take the ownership and say it's me. So at that point, deterioration happens. And that's if you go left when it comes to decision stage. Dismissiveness and then deterioration. All right. So I wanted to read this one thing real quick, and it's called excuses. I thought it was pretty good because, when we make these excuses, and we all do it, I know I do it almost every day, and I catch myself and I sit there and read all this stuff and I still make them. So excuses. This is by Hilliard. He said the difference between an excuse and a valid reason is the truth. Excuses are the crutches of the uncommitted. Excuses might pacify you, but they don't correct the problem. Excuses are a cowardly way to succumb to adversity. Excuses are a way to stay in your comfort zone. Excuses are integrity stealers. They seek a loophole to stick a lie through. Once you make an excuse, you set in motion devastating consequences. And that's the truth, because you can't make excuses and take ownership at the same time. And you can't grow unless you take ownership. So basically, growth is put on hold when you make excuses. So that's why I say devastating consequences. So that's a little thing by Hilliard. Consequences, excuses. So let's say at the fork in the road, here you are at decision stage. Instead of going left, and I know on camera this is probably looks like I'm going right, but I do know my left. This is my left. And then let's say you go right. Curvin James, appreciate you getting on. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's say you go right. And that's the development stage. So you say, you know what? I don't have all the skills necessary. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get hold of what I need so that I can be successful. I'm going to take ownership. All right. Maybe they didn't show me everything I need to show. I guarantee you they probably didn't. It's impossible to show you everything. But you take ownership to fill the gaps. And one of my favorite, and this is a poem, and I hate to read all these things because I feel like it's hard to communicate something this long, but I'm going to try it anyway. You want to consistently fight. So this is a poem about consistently fighting. You say, well, what are you fighting for? You're fighting for the ability and the wisdom to reach the results that you're looking for. That's why you're consistently fighting, because you're fighting for results and you can't get these results. So you're like, man, I got to keep fighting until I get what I need, the skills I need, the tools I need, the knowledge I need, the wisdom I need, so that I can get the result that I'm looking for. Not the feeling. The feeling will come later on, but the result. So this one is one came up with a long time ago, but it's called Consistently Fight. So it might sound a little corny, but please bear with me here. It's called Consistently Fight. Day after day, I fight to do what is right, but I find myself doing wrong. I am at odds with proven principles that I've known for so long. A new day begins, and I say within, today is my fresh start. I will make better decisions. I will win this time. Then I begin to play the part. Through much determination and effort, I last a little longer. Needless to say, I falter again and again before the night is over. My frustrations grow, and I start to believe I just can't win. Why try to do right when all I do is fail in the end? I discussed my problem with an old man that did not mince words in any way. His eyes were perceptive and his hair was completely gray. He asked one powerful question that put all my worries to rest. Why do you consider it failure when you're making it progress? See, when you consistently fight to do right, that means you are winning. You must understand that when you first tried to walk, you did not make complete steps in the beginning. The principles you know are timeless and are definitely effective. Consistently fight, believe in their power, and never neglect them. So that has to be something in your heart, because it's not going to be as, if it ain't in here, you might say it's not worth it. But I guarantee you, the growth is priceless. When you grow like that, it's priceless. When you consistently fight, it'll work for you. Let's see. My wife typed in there. Miss Annette, thank you for coming on. Thank you, Aunt Sister. So, and remember, we're fighting for the result. And then a shameless plug. Another thing you can do when you're at that development stage is get some coaching from a sincere, experienced, and well-equipped consulting firm like E.L.E.V.A.T.E. Will you agree? You agree?
Absolutely.
My wife said, absolutely. Everybody else has a coach. All these people that are getting Olympic gold medals, they had coaches. These football players that are running around making $20 million a year, they have coaches. The NBA players that are the baseball players that are getting $100-something million contracts, they have coaches. The guys that you see that are running companies, they have coaches. So this is nothing new. We're just saying that, hey, we can do it too. All right. So I got, hey, Alex agrees. We don't know what party he agrees with. I'm just going to assume you agree with what I just said. All right. That's right. Elevate, our sister. Thank you. So you get in that stage 4 development. And then when you get there and you start moving, that's when you take ownership. Next thing you know, you start winning, because now you've equipped yourself. You've learned the things you need to learn. And then next thing you know, you go into that last stage, which is destiny. They think, oh man, this guy was destined to do this, because they don't see the work. They just think, oh man, he's that lady, man, she's destined, Man, when you read about some of these ladies, and because this is American Business Woman's Day, man, it's a impressive list. I would love just to sit in the room. Just give me 2 or 3 of them just to sit in the room and listen to them. They're impressive, very impressive. What they've done, how focused they are, what they've achieved. Can you imagine running Oracle? I mean, no, I can't. I can't imagine running Oracle. Can you imagine being a COO of Facebook? Fidelity Investments. Can you imagine? You run Fidelity. I see commercials for Fidelity Investment all the time. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing in a lot of different ways. One way is amazing that we ever thought that you couldn't do it. And now you have women just killing it. So very, very appreciative of what these ladies have done. And I wanted to make sure that the 5 stages of a new leader, well, I'm going to go over them again. First, the dream stage, right? Then the discovery stage. That's when you start realizing, hey, this is not all fun. There's some work to be done. Decision stage, when you got to decide, when you start to see that, hey, I might not have the skills necessary. I don't know which way I'm going to go. And if you go left, you start to dismiss responsibility and ownership. And then eventually your areas of responsibility deteriorate. But if you go right, you focus on development. And eventually you look like the person that was destined to do this thing. They say, oh, he's a natural born leader. So that's right, on Stephanie, perseverance. You got to work it. You got to work it. So definitely those are the 5 stages. Please give me some comments. If you got anything out of it, please put a 1 down. Put a 2 down if you like, or a question if you like me to go over something real quick. We got a few minutes here before I hit the next area. But those are the 5 stages of a new leader. And everybody goes through it, even in your personal life. These are the 5 steps really you go through, So I got a 1. It's good to hear, Barbara. It's good. A 1. So if you have any questions, please post them. Alex, a 1. And I got to get some. Oh, yeah, that's my wife. We got some thumbs up. She's doing that over there. I told you I'm not the tech person at all. So appreciate it, Josh. My dad, my mom, appreciate it. So the 5 stages of a new leader. It's funny because when you know these you know, you can walk in a building and you can see where people are. You know, they say, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, Curtis. I don't know if this is for me. Oh, you're at decision stage. I mean, I don't say that, but that's what it is. You know, I'm at decisions. You're at decision stage, you know. So why you don't think you can handle it? Well, I don't think they gave me what I need, man. I ain't getting enough training. Oh, you didn't get enough training? Well, so what areas would you like more training on? I don't know, man. So, you know, they're not taking ownership. You know, like I'm right there. I can help them, you know. Or, hey, how you feeling? Well, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of responsibility, but I think I can get this. I need to work on some areas. Man, let me ask you a question, Curtis. Okay. You're at decision stage and you went right. You went right and you're working on development, stage 4. So very, very simple, and all the good stuff is simple. That's what I believe. And now one thing I wanted to share with you guys. I appreciate everybody coming on. Please like and share, because this is how we do this. Please like and share. I guarantee you, if somebody will see this also that can help them later on, you know, or there might be some people seeing this, you know, on the replay, or they might come 6 months from now and look at it on the website. But definitely, please like and share. My wife always gets on me because I never say it. I don't say it enough. So please like and share. One other thing I wanted to say is the next session is called The Secret Sauce. The Secret Sauce. The one after that is called Communication. The one that I'm really passionate about right now is called, which is after communication one, is to micromanage or not. That is the question. Because micromanaging really has a negative connotation to it. People don't think highly of it. So I like to talk about that, to micromanage or not. That is the question. After that, we got the 3 Ps. And the 3 Ps, and then in parentheses says, what your supervisors want you to know. The 3 Ps, what your supervisors want you to know. And then another one of my favorites, 1,440. Time is on our side. 1,440. Time is on our side. So that's the next 5. Any questions out there before we go? It's 7:29. 7:29. We got a thumbs up from Karen. Always makes me feel good. Did y'all like my new shirt? We changed to my wife's recommendation to a different t-shirt business. So I love this new shirt. It feels comfortable. We got a lot of shirts that need to be delivered. I did not think about shipping when I got all these shirts. So we're going to work it out. So those that we talked to already, just know those shirts are coming. Those shirts are coming. Actually, the first batch is in my car right now. So definitely it's 7:30. So I wanted to finish on time. I wanted to say our little slogan at the end is be intentional, focus on growth, and elevate now. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out. Appreciate it.